Hello, we are back, going over another deck here. So this one's modern, Tribal Zoo, or Domain Zoo, as it's more accurately called now. It used to be called Tribal Zoo because of tribal flames.
But as it's all domain cards, it makes sense that it's just domain. There's more reasons around it than just tribal flames.
Yeah. So, what do we got?
To start us off, of course, as a 5-color deck, we kind of do need a Bird's Paradise. Cast for a mana of any color, so it makes the most sense, even though mostly the extra colors are extra, so you don't need the full set.
Yeah.
The other one drop we have is Wild Nacatl. It is a 1-mana 3/3 essentially, as it's very easy for this deck to, even on turn 1, have this already a 3/3. And then as our 2 drops, we have Nishoba Brawler, which is a domain creature, which gains power based on the spread of basic land types you control. And it is a X3 trample, realistically, in this deck, almost being a 5/3 by the time it gets to attack. And then our other 2 drop is Territorial Kavu, the more insane version of the domain creature. This one is an XX for the basic land types. And when it attacks, you get a choice. You can either discard a card and draw a card, or you can exile a card from any graveyard.
Technically, I guess you kind of have another 2.
Yes, it may say 12, but it gets 2 cheaper for each basic land type you control. So as 12 minus 10, it's a 2 drop again. And this would be a 4/4 flyer, which gives fun abilities to other creatures. So it gives creatures 1 ability based on their color. The most important ones being for red, it gives First Strike, and green, it gives Trample, which isn't as helpful for him, but giving this one Trample is insane.
And First Strike, too.
And First Strike, also, if they could trade for it normally, with the First Strike, you can generally kill what they would have to damage you afterwards. So it just leaves them with not a lot of options.
Yeah.
And then for the spells, as this is utilizing Tribal Flames, which deals direct damage, it's kind of a bird deck. So you got the 4 Lightning Bolts, which, I mean, everyone knows 1 mana, 3 damage, can't go wrong. Tribal Flames deals X damage, where X is your domain, and it deals it to target creature or player. So that's 5 damage.
2 mana, pretty efficient.
We have the 2 Stubborn Denials as a way of kind of protecting our creatures once we have them out, or just getting rid of any problematic non-creature spells. It counters them unless they pay 1, but if we have a creature with power 4 or greater, which is most of ours, then it counters them instead. All for 1 blue. Pretty useful. Then we have 4 Boros Charms. This one, 2 mana, it can deal 4 damage, target player, planeswalker, which does have some use. The more interesting thing is the Double Strike, because we have these 5 drops, and we also have a pump spell, which is our Might of Alara for 1 green, gives +1/+1 for each basic land type, so that's 5, and if you double that up with a Boros Charm,
It's just over.
It's just over.
Yeah, if you send one of these in, Might of Alara it for full 5, and then Boros Charm, that's just 20. So, pretty nuts.
There's a lot of ways you can add up the 5s in this deck, which is just the perfect number. And then we also have 2 Prismatic Endings. This is an interesting converge spell that just exiles a permanent if its mana value is less than the types of mana spent to cast it, which is where having multiple mana come in handy. For this deck, the lands are actually pretty interesting because it has to use the triomes to hit domain as fast as possible. So it's hard to see, but we have 2 copies of the Forest Island Bound, we have 2 copies of the Swamp Forest Island, and we have 1 copies of the
Other ones?
Yeah, the other ones.
Yeah. This is more triomes than this deck normally runs, but we also kind of just wanted to run them because they're fun, and they're at their best in a domain deck.
And then for normal lands, we do have the Naya color focus, as red-green is our main colors. Having 3 Stomping Grounds makes sense to make sure we always have 1. Easy enough. And we have the 1 Sacred Foundry, which helps us get the white mana for Prismatic Ending, and 1 Temple Garden for the same reason, just being green instead of red.
Yeah.
Depending on whether you need Lightning Bolt first.
Mm-hmm. Boros Charm, too, helps with.
Yes. And then for fetch lands, we have 3 Wooded Foothills, 3 Misty Rainforests, 1 Verdant, and 1 Windswept Heath, which just helps cover, like, I mean, in the end, you're probably fetching for a Triome, so it's...
Yeah. Any of them fetch anything you need, basically.
Yeah. Green focused, but
mm-hmm.
most of the Triomes have a green card.
Yeah.
Mana, so it works out.
Mm-hmm. And you forgot the most important card, though.
And most important, we have 1 forest.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's walled. We have a wall, so...
Yeah. Might as well use it. All right. And that is Domain Zoo. And we'll see you back